What do you got there?
The aerial part.
Of what? What is that? We don't know what that is.
This is impatiens. This is impatiens capensis, actually, which is.
Oh, it's in the impatiens family?
It is.
It is. I didn't know that.
Joking.
I thought she was joking about my impatience.
That's a really, really appropriate joke right there. So it's also called touch me not or jewelweed because when it gets wet, it looks like it has little tiny jewels that bead up on it. So right now, because we are out and about camping for my favorite holiday, holy day, Sukkot, Feast of Tabernacles, we don't have some of the things that we would have, like ice cube trays. So I like to make ice cube trays, ice cubes out of these so I can keep them all year round because this is not a plant that dries and keeps its medicinal components. This is a plant that has to be used or arrested in its fresh state. So, for example, you can make a poultice out of this. You can make a tea for topical solution. You can take the stick, the really sturdy part of this, and you can, if you have a bug bite, a bee sting, eczema, psoriasis, poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, stinging nettle, you can take it and just scratch your skin with it until you get the, I mean, you can actually open the wound if it's not an open wound already, and get the medicinal components straight into your skin. Helps relieve the itch. It's anti-pruritic. So, so that's what jewelweed is famous for. You can also use it internally for stomach issues, any kind of like a stomach ailment. It's an antihistamine, so it blocks the histamine that your body produces that creates a lot of that burning, itching sensation that you'll feel with stinging nettle and poison ivy and things of that nature. So I like to chop it up like this, put it all in a big bucket or bowl and pour boiling water over it and kind of stir it up. You can let it steep for a little bit until it cools down to the point where you just pour the water along with the fresh herbs straight into your ice cube trays. And don't worry about them being all pretty and all being submerged under the ice cube trays. Let them stick out and be little ugly ice cubes full of wonderful medicine. And you can get the flowers in there, the stems, the leaves. You just want to use the aerial parts, the parts that are above the ground. And so it's anti-inflammatory. It's just a wonderful thing to have on hand. And since it only grows during the summer months and the freeze kills it, you want to make sure to have this on hand all year round because, you know, just because it doesn't have leaves on it, poison ivy doesn't stop stinging. If you are out cutting firewood and don't notice that hairy little vine, that nasty little thing, it can cause some real problems. And if you get that topically on you, or I mean, if you get that to the point where it goes down your throat, which I've seen happen on multiple occasions, you can actually ingest this to help it also. If you have a juicer, you can take this and juice it and have a very potent juice that you can then freeze into little tiny ice cubes to use. I also like to do what we're about to do. If you want to hand me some of that witch hazel and some of the empty bottles, all 5 of those. We just went to the local pharmacy, not for pharmaceuticals, not for steroids to treat this little to treat problems like poison ivy and bug encounters, but to make our own solutions by Creator to deal with these problems. So what we do is just stuff this thing full of your plant matter, full of Impatiens capensis. This is the orange one. There's also another slightly different variation that's yellow, and it works as well. A lot of people will call it jewelweed also. It's also another Impatiens, just a different
I don't know if I've ever
species.
seen the yellow.
Yeah, we grow both of them where we are.
Is that right? Yeah.
So just fill it up, and you want to pour your witch hazel right in there, and you want to shake this up every day. Get all your plant matter in there and shake it up every day. I will say this will probably be ready to go in a couple of weeks. You don't want your plant matter to get slimy and start breaking down. So you just keep an eye on it, and you just shake it up every day so that it really gets that exposed. The finer you chop this,
Or on a refrigerator?
room temperature.
Room temperature.
And the finer you chop this, the potentially the more medicinal medicine will actually get out into the menstruum, the liquid that it's soaking in. And then in a couple of weeks, you take this and you strain it, put it through a strainer, save that, as my friend calls it, liquid gold, that all the witch hazel that's been infused with the medicinal components, and then you squeeze out the rest of the marc. It's called marc. Once it's gone, this will be called marc, M-A-R-C. Once it's gone through this process, you squeeze that out, get every little last bit of that liquid out, and you discard, throw away the marc, and you bottle what's left. This is if you get mosquito bites, anything like that, anything that makes the skin itch, you can use it for. So, and this is in a handy spray bottle already, so you're just gonna spray it right on your skin like that. So that is how you make jewelweed topical and ice cubes. The most important aspect of medicine making to me is that when I make it, I'm praying over it. And so I'm asking Creator, Yahweh, would you please activate the medicinal components within this plant? I thank you that you gave us this plant, this medicine, and taught us how to use it. I thank you that you made it readily available when we went to go look for it. I thank you that you protected us, that we didn't get bitten by bugs or snakes. I ask you that whoever uses this, there would be no allergic reaction, there would be no adverse reactions, they would use it properly, that it would not ever be consumed internally once it's in this witch hazel. That's important. Do not consume it once it's in witch hazel, because there's 14% isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol in that, and that's not for internal use. It's not the kind of alcohol you drink. So thank you, Creator. We ask you that you would make this a potent medicine, and that anybody who uses this will give you glory, because you're the one who made the plant. And we call upon your name, Yahweh Rophe. Call upon you, our great healer, Yeshua, that you would heal whoever this is that needs healing. Thank you.
No, I thank you for sharing that, because that's more important than you realize.
Very important.
Well,
It's all from him.
yeah.